Hi there, and welcome to the Voidstone Tournament Showcase. This one I'm actually going to be using a different class for, same class, different character. So I've got a full relic set of all three types, and I've got the artifact belt. I haven't got any jewels equipped, so you can see I'm quite underpowered compared to how I usually am. I'm also level 80, so my skills aren't fully upgraded. Mainly Firewall is on 1 here. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm also very near to the end of the tournament, so I'm going to be rushing everything. Anyway, so this one features crescent jewels. We've got the armored fortune. We've then got the dragon's fortune for the epic to artifact quality, with its at superior and the artifact reward. And then the relic one, we have the crescent of royal luck and knowledge, which is the 30% one. I'm very happy about having crescent jewels in the tournament. It's how they used to be, and it seems like the best place for them. Some people were disappointed that the artifact reward was only a 17% one, but actually I prefer that because it gives there some meaning to the relic reward. Before there was like what it became was a 30% at artifact and then 40+% at relic, and it was a bit overpowered. But I like it how it is, and I hope it continues. The belt itself has attack speed and also crit damage, so that's a very good belt. Anyway, so in previous tournaments, I started the tournament showcases as basically a place for me to just talk about what I wanted, while I just had some gameplay going on in the background. So I'm going to be doing this. I did just pop a cooldown potion. It's because when I play with this character, I struggle a little bit just because I'm not used to the way the skills are. So I'm not gonna I'm not going to take advantage of having a cooldown potion on too much, other than with the drakes, and that's I'm purely using it because I actually find it really hard to play with a low level character, because I'm just so used to the what my high level character has to offer. Anyway, my point with what I was saying before is I'm not going to really comment on any of what I'm doing. I am going to be... this is live commentary, if you can't guess. However, I'm going to be talking about other things. Namely, getting distracted by gameplay right now. Wow, I didn't think I'd have trouble on this first challenge. Anyway, so I'm going to be talking about the change which happened to the arenas, which is they now have what's called I'm just going to give up on that one. It's a really easy challenge, but for whatever reason he keeps healing up. So I'm going to be talking about arenas. Now, when the arena first released, so going back a long time in the past here, this is over a year ago, I will actually leave a link in the description to the that release video. They did it on Twitch, and because they wanted some feedback as they were showcasing it. Now the arena originally showed, it was all three classes could be put against each other, and you actually got crowns, not for score during the thing, but it was at the end of the match. If you lost, you actually lost crowns. Oh, I hate it when you get lag in the tournament. So if you lost, you'd lose crowns, and if you won, then you'd gain some crowns. Now, they actually went against this later on. They didn't hold it for very long at all. People didn't like losing the crowns. It's now what they have as raid medals, that you lose raid medals when you lose a match. And I do like the idea of it, but yeah, when it came to the arena, it was a bit annoying. And it meant the milestones, some of them were really low. A lot of it was down to, although the arena was skill based, a lot of it was down to luck, because you don't choose your opponent. What is up with this? Okay, screw this. I did want to do this all properly and use a relic set, but see, when I was playing this before, I was trying it and I had no problem really, but I guess with the recording or something, you know, when you're not concentrating because you're talking. Anyway, back to arenas. Now so when the arena came out, it was like that, and attacks. This was back over a year ago, so the stats, like attack speed and such, they weren't super high, because if you joined more recently, you won't have necessarily have known how it was in the past, but now it goes up, your damage goes up by like 200 every new event set. The crit damage and all those other stats, they go up quite a lot higher. If you think it went, they go up about damage goes up. If you just track damage is going up 100 a week. Go back a year ago, that's 50 weeks ago. You then have, oh, I'm even struggling now. Come on. Go back 50 weeks ago. Then you have 5,000 less damage. Now, if you look at your character damage, you're actually on about probably 7,000-8,000. So if you think a year ago, you would have been on 2,000 or 3,000. So 2,000 or 3,000. That's a lot less. And if you think about the that being put on the other stats as well, relatively, your attack speed and such was so much lower. Now, that is where basically the problem lies. They had all the arena was scaled to to those stats. So I just got distracted there. The so from there, attack speed went up hugely, and it caused a big problem with the animations. That's why people think other people are hacking. And I mean, I think there was a one point it was discussed on the forum, and that one guy showed what 1,000% attack speed looked like, or something like 1,000% anyway, and you can't really distinguish between that and hacking. Originally you could, the attack speed was lower, so people who were hacking, it was really obvious, but then, yeah, as time's gone on, you can't tell. There's not actually much of an advantage to hacking, I don't think. By hacking I mean using some program to increase your attack speed beyond what it actually should be. There are various ones out there, and of course they aren't allowed in the game. I actually skipped a challenge here by accident. This is the 6th challenge, not the 5th one. I'll do the 5th one afterwards. But yeah, so the point about what I was saying is that basically they've changed the attack speed, so now everyone gets it reduced. Oh, I didn't need to use the... I thought I had Drake on. I do switch Drake out for this one because I don't really see much point in it. The enemies disappear over time anyway, and in fact Blizzard helps a lot. So yeah, basically what they've done is, rather than doing resistances like events, which is literally just reducing the each one of your stats by a set amount, what do they call it? Haste. I can't remember. Something to do with haste, I think. What it does instead is it will reduce it by sort of a percentage, and that makes it can sound a little bit confusing because they're actually as a percentage already. But what we mean is by half of your attack speed stat it will be reduced, or something like a half. Now, this can be a little bit frustrating because it is basically a nerf to the stat. However, in a PvP setting, it really only matters what you are relative to your opponent. So, as we all have the same reduction, and it's not, because the problem with resistance is once you go over the threshold, say you have 600% of a stat, and it's reduced by 500%, you've got only 100% of the stat, and then having just 100% more, so you have 700%, then that will mean you've got 200% rather than 100%. Proportionately, that's probably quite a bit more. I'm doing terribly in this challenge. Normally I don't let any enemies spawn. I sort of sit in the middle and I do blizzards and fireballs, but yeah, haven't been. So it's more of a nicer scaling against other players, I think, compared to what resistances would do. They didn't want to put a cap because the problem is they need some kind of cap to the player animations. Not only does it, not only does the high attack speed look bad because the animations don't flow nicely, you also have the problem with people think others are hacking. Like you can't tell what's going on sometimes. You can't tell if enemies are dead and all that kind of stuff. So what this will do is fix those things. Plus also, according to people at Rumble, high attack speed actually kind of breaks some of the systems. Like it messes with what's actually going on. So you can see how in the long run this would become a really big problem. So they need to do something about it. And also, me as a player, I've always liked the arena. I love PvP in games, and to me the arena's gone massively downhill over time. I always forget these are actually tougher ones. I think that they're easy to take down. So if you look back at the link which I'll show, which I'll give to the original release video, you'll see actually the enemies take a lot longer to take down, and this is where attack speeds really become a problem. Is that you can take down the enemies in like less than a second, even the boss enemy, and they can't. To me, that's not so skillful at all. The arenas are just a click fest of trying to kill the enemies as soon as they spawn, and originally they were much more how I would choose them to be, which is with the lovely lag that we get all over the game. No, it's where the enemies take a few seconds to kill. I mean, have the new players ever heard of kill stealing? That was such a huge thing at the beginning of the arena, where you'd let another player do a load of damage to an enemy, and then literally take the kill right at the end. It was what they thought balanced out the classes, and originally it probably did, because the knights had huge damage with things like what's it called? Maim, I think it is, the big sort of slam down attack. So they had that, which was brilliant for boss kills. They also had some other good moves like rumble and stuff, which are just much bigger area of effect than wizard and archer skills. So yeah, that kind of balanced it. Wizards and archers could really easily kill steal with their range attacks. Did you know that actually stops partly across the map? So you don't actually need to. I like to teleport through it, but you don't actually need to go through the gap. You can just run to the other side. Yeah. Anyway, so what was I gonna say? Got distracted again. Yeah. So kill stealing was a thing. Also, it just felt more skillful when it took a few seconds to take down things. Like picking targets really was more of a tactical thing rather than just oh yeah, go for the high point target. Yeah, so I liked it a lot more, and hopefully adjusting this attack speed will mean they can make enemies take a little bit longer to kill, and that will bring it back to what it was. I think that's what they plan to do with it. So that will be in effect from all arenas from now on, and I am very happy about it. I think it really has great potential for improving the arena again. It won't stop the hackers and won't deal with other issues, but it's a step in the right direction, and it should improve the general experience there, in my opinion. Now these last two challenges I'm actually going to talk about a bit. This one here, I've got a lovely little technique for it, where you basically, I'm not sure if you could really do this as a knight, but you can kill a particular one of these two over on one side of the map, and then if you don't die, then you can actually cause the two which spawn afterwards to stay over this side while you take down only half of the enemies. Because the problem with this one, of course, is you get too many enemies that you just can't take them all down, and they're actually quite damaging. They've got high move speed, but yeah, as you can see, I'm now just facing, although it's a little bit off the screen, I'm just facing this one here. The other one is split over the other side, and he won't come over. Makes this challenge so much easier. Obviously I have really fast spawning drakes here, which I'm trying not to spam too much, but yeah. This challenge is made so much easier by this. I did struggle with it when I first played it, and then I did this by chance, and I was like, oh yeah, I could probably keep doing that. I wonder how easy it is to repeat, and it is pretty easy. The last challenge is super hard, and I fully sympathise. Now unfortunately I'm not going to be able to show the last challenge because I just ran out of recording time and the day has now changed beyond the end of the tournament. But I will be able to talk about it briefly, and what I'm going to say is that I found it very difficult, and basically the only way I was able to do it was to use a cooldown potion. I also use a damage potion as well, and so I just have both of them running, and then I just spam drakes, spam them right on in, spread them out slightly so he doesn't kill more than one at a time, and basically yeah, you just keep doing that. When he does the move which makes him invincible and then summon his enemies, run to the top left corner and keep spamming drakes down there. The towers will aim at the drakes and hit them, not you, so you won't get hurt at all, and then just keep attacking him. Now I had high enough damage that I'd actually just kill him then. Before he could do any more towers, I didn't need to worry about the enemies. But it is possible to start spamming drakes circling around the area, taking down the enemies. I'd leave the melee enemies. Yeah, that's my technique for it, and it's a bit late now, but if anything like that comes up in the future, do think about using cooldown potions and spamming drakes. It does work very effectively. Works for decoy too, although you only have one decoy out at a time, so time them well, and that works well too. So I'm just going to finish off this challenge now quickly. I think I said everything that I wanted to about the arena and the changes happening to the attack rate, the attack speed. I'm very happy about it, as I said, and I hope that it does make people enjoy the arena more, and that it makes it more skillful. One thing which I've definitely noticed for wizards over time is people just gone to basic attacks. I mean, that's how it always was on archers. They just use basic attacks for the big enemies as well, which is a little bit dull, but on the wizard it was more interesting. We definitely had a lot of chain lightning for taking down bosses quickly, so I hope something like that comes back at least. Yeah, so I hope it does change for the better. If you have any questions about it or anything like that, just be sure to message me. I was going to talk a little bit about, if I had time, about the elite jewels. Now this is actually my my guide thread here, the jewel index. I'm not sure how many people know about it. I am noticing that the view rates going up hugely recently, so I've recently redone it, so it now has a nice contents page with things spread out over the different pages. It was painstakingly difficult to do, but it's done now. So here we have the different jewel categories. This is for how much the evolution requirements. A little bit about elite jewels here. This here is the information I managed to find out. It's about how much it takes to fuse them at each level, which was actually a lot less than we originally thought. But the problem is you need to do this on multiple jewels. So the legendary one, you would only have to do that those 10 levels for one jewel to get the maximum level. But and also the epic one, I think. But the superior and fine, because you have to level up these other jewels to then use them for the evolution, as it says here. It does add up to be a lot more fusion experience. I've listed the total amount. I've also got a bit about legendary evolution, the jewels which can have it, which can do it. Yeah, so just to give an example, we're just going to go over to the Tri-Stones page, and we'll see it popping up very soon. If we get the loading, there we go. So I've categorised them a little bit more defined now. So this is the 90 plus damage jewels. You can see here the evolution materials. This is a bit about the elite jewel here. You can see what it needs to evolve, the stats at each of the levels, and then yeah, all the other jewels, where you get them, a little bit of trivia about them if necessary. Here we have the other damage jewels, the slightly weaker ones, and the weakest damage jewels. Going down further, we have the elemental jewels, ones with just utility stats, enemy type things. This is like these are the event Tri-Stones, which I'm not sure if they do them anymore actually. Do they? Yeah, I think they do. And then also the gold fine ones, which are listed above, but I decided to put them into an extra section. And then I'm going to make a little list of the ones which can evolve, and then that's why it's a general finish one. Ignore the space for expansion, that's just part of this thing, which I've had to put in. So yeah, I hope this kind of thing you like, and you you get a lot out of it. I put a lot of time into it, as you can probably see. If we go to just how it's written, the formatting took me a long time to kind of decide how to do it. It's very oh no, that's fine, but yeah, the actual posts themselves are very awkward. Let's see if we can just look at one here. Yeah, I picked the wrong edit bit. Yeah, this is how they're actually written. Anyway, so if you want to check that out to find out about the elite jewels or any other jewels you're interested in, make sure you do the search thing. If you do Control F and then type in what you want, and then yeah, you'll find the jewel easily. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will try and make the tournament showcases a bit more like this, a bit more casual, talking about stuff. I won't always go off on a rant about how the arena used to be really good, but yeah. Well, those look really small. Are they smaller than normal? They made them smaller? Maybe that's just me. Anyway, I hope you got what you wanted out of this tournament, and the new tournament showcase will be coming very soon. We'll show it off, the Dark Void tournament. We have Scourge Claws. Nice. Not very many, but it's quite interesting. Okay, so I'll see you soon.